Now, we're joined once again by clinical nurse Alice Benjamin. We want to try to answer all the questions we can about COVID. So, Nurse Alice, let's start with, is there much difference between Pfizer and Moderna on the vaccine here?
No, I think that the technology is very similar. One thing that people need to know, the difference between the two is that when it comes to the Pfizer vaccine, there's a 21-day period. So after you get your initial shot, you got to return 3 weeks. For the second one, for Moderna, that's going to be 28 days, so 4 weeks. And it'll also be important that once you get the Pfizer vaccine, you stick with the booster for Pfizer, and same with Moderna. Once you start with Moderna, you want to get the second Moderna vaccine.
Okay, can you decide which vaccine you want, the Pfizer or Moderna?
Well, I think at this point, we're encouraging people to get whichever vaccine is most readily available to you. I mean, we're just excited to have this. I mean, we have a shortage of these. Not everyone's going to get vaccinated as soon as we'd like them to. So I would suggest to people get the vaccine that's readily available to you.
Nurse Alice, we've seen a lot of pictures of people getting the shot. Is there any special technique to giving this? I've had a lot of shots, and I've got to tell you, that needle seems to go really deep into your arm.
Well, colleague, just so people know, the needle's about 1 inch or maybe 1.5 inches. And if you really just feel like the top of your shoulder there, take about 2 fingers down, and then just kind of the center of that deltoid muscle, that's where the vaccine goes. It comes in at a 90-degree angle, and it's in and out really quickly. So I know it looks scary, but it's a very brief moment in time. So I want to discourage people to not be frightened about it.
Okay, maybe you could do what a lot of us do, and that is just look away. The other question I'm hearing is, can you actually get COVID with the vaccine?
So the answer is no. The vaccines will not give you COVID. This is messenger RNA. So it's basically giving our bodies the genetic material and information to help identify the spike protein and develop antibodies. Now, one of the things is after you get the vaccine, you might feel you have a little fever, a little headache, malaise, fatigue. And some people might think, oh, well, that's similar to the COVID symptoms. However, the vaccine does not give you the COVID-19, and as well, those side effects should be short-lived, about 2 to 3 days tops. If you have symptoms after that, especially you want to focus on those like cough, sore throat, runny nose, loss of taste or smell. Those would be more classic of actually having COVID-19. And it might be that you might have been exposed to COVID, the coronavirus prior to getting the vaccine. But again, symptoms should only last 2 to 3 days. If it's beyond that, you might want to get tested to see if you actually have COVID-19.
If you've had COVID, and as we've seen, the numbers are off the charts lately. If you've experienced COVID, you've tested positive, how soon should you get the vaccine?
Right. So if you have COVID-19 currently and you have symptoms, then you don't need to get the vaccine right now. We want you to wait some time, anywhere from 2 to 3 months, roughly. At least that's what we're saying today. But if you're someone who's had COVID in the past, but you currently do not have it, we want you to get the vaccine as soon as possible when it becomes available to you.
All right, Nurse Alice, as always, thank you for your insight.
Thank you.